that did 410 versus 260 on a single stab. So 260 becomes 310 times 2 is 620 versus one attack that also does 620. But then it would get bonus damage from the old Leo ring for counterattacks. We're back to there's a lot of math in Dark Souls and this game's geometry sucks. Okay, so if you never go fully up the stairs, he just never aggroes on you. Good to know. Good question. Moving on. Trying to solve the wrong problems at work. I'm gonna poke this man real good. I wanted to know if while we're building the program to handle inventory for maintenance goods, could we also put my lab stuff in there? To which the answer was, good idea, currently not interested in solving that problem. I mean, you can just do what I did at work. I made a laminated piece of paper that housed every single item I needed for my department, with a blank spot for quantity on hand and a spot for order until you have this many. And I only ever had to remake the paper when they changed what the order amounts were. Our acronyms were QOH, QOO, and SOM. I don't know what SOM stood for, but that was order in quantities of. If anyone deals with inventory systems and knows what SOM stands for, that'd be great. I would legitimately like to know what that is, in case anyone ever asks me. We just assumed, you know, SOM is sum. I'm just getting bodied by these guys. System on module is what a quick Google says, but I don't know if that's accurate. Okay, well, maybe. Work had a really bad problem of using acronyms and never explaining them. So there was a bunch of acronyms that we would use because they had been used at us, but if anyone ever asked what that acronym stood for, no clue. It was need to know when you didn't need to know, but you did need to use it. My favorites that were never explained was Mappy, Marpy, and Cappy. Never explained. And the paperwork that referenced them as Mappy, Marpy, and Cappy. Which, when dealing with acronyms, you write out the full acronym, and then you put the acronym. Or am I crazy? Is that not how you do acronyms? You write what it is, and then you write the shorthand, so you never have to write the full thing again. Like, I think of them as a pronoun-noun situation. Where you tend to need to give someone a noun before you start addressing them with a pronoun. So the reader knows who the pronoun is addressing. I don't know, man. There's a lot of learning in this stream today. Nouns, pronouns, geometry. Talk about sine waves. There's been a lot of just generic learnings. Good double hit. That hurt. These loops are all that is standing between us and the primal bonfire. So once we finish these loops, we have to jump down, walk through the boss arena, and then light the primal bonfire. Maybe because I'm not in the Bellkeeper's Covenant, they are not respawning invaders. That's probably it. Not care about getting poked. Very rude of him. He needs to understand the importance of the poke. A little bit lower on health than I would like to be to try and just kind of charge my way through those guys before dancing around in the orange juice. Also, I'm going to stop dancing around in the orange juice. I have 9 Estus flasks, and I need to kill 5 dudes. I like how their black steel blades, the black steel katanas specifically, for whatever reason, react to the red lighting through the floor. So if I never walk up onto these top stairs, the back knight never aggroes. And that's more than enough space to kill both of the other knights. Is there any reason to be this passive? No. I could pretty safely run in and kill all of these dudes and then just run out. Well, I guess teleport out. You know, we're at 250,000 souls. It'd be really silly if I just jumped into the lava twice real quick and got rid of them all. Part of me wants to bully the dude in front of the door to see how many cycles I have left, but the last time I did that, off stream, the dude I picked to bully was A, on a different cycle than everybody else, and B, was on his last life. But I know these guys are all on the same cycle, so if I bully them, I'll know how many are left. But if I know how many are left, that could be depressing information. What if it's like 15 still? Because these guys have a really deep life pool. And then I know I need to go through this entire loop 15 more times. I have to repeat this. Oh, Brightstone Cove Seldora is gonna be the worst. Because I have to go through Shaded Ruins, which has some sporadic despawning because I wasn't consistent in fighting there. Doors of Pharos, the enemies don't despawn, so we don't have to pretend to care about it. And then we have to go through Brightstone Cove Seldora, which is a very large map. You've got the war camp with the first bonfire, and then from the first bonfire you go down the side path with the villagers into into the spider tube leading to Prowling Magnus. On the other side of Prowling Magnus, there is a bonfire. So you're mainly just dealing with spider tube, because it's 2 3-packs of villagers and then spider tube. But unfortunately, spider tube has a hidden room with spiders that don't aggro to you, so you have to manually aggro them. That's annoying and time consuming. I mean, I guess I can use force to do it. Oh. Hey, the chain didn't despawn. And then after Prowling Magnus, you have the Sinking City, which has like 18 different paths, all with enemies on them. And at the bottom, there's a bonfire, but only if you go from the correct direction. And in the room with that bonfire is a spider gank fight that honestly is best despawned by just lighting the bonfire and then fighting the spider gank fight on repeat, but that goes against the rules of the challenge because the bonfire is on the other side of the spider gank fight. Yeah, Brightstone Cove Seldora is just... For this particular challenge, it's awful. And then the amount of space between spider gank fight bonfire and the primal bonfire is 4 different major encounter set pieces. You have the Sunken City bottom, left and right. I'll refer to them arbitrarily. One has Weaponsmith Orc-Phonax and one is on the other side. You have the Spider Church. And then you have the Web Room that leads into the boss arena. And all of those rooms have spiders hanging on the walls that don't aggro to you. So you have to remember that they're there to despawn them. And it just makes the challenge slow and miserable. So I'll probably do all of that off stream over the course of like 10 hours. And then not light the primal bonfire, and we'll start the stream off by lighting the primal bonfire, and depending on how the gutter goes, bonfire lit, we're on our way to the second primal bonfire of this playthrough. Depending on how the gutter goes and Black Gulch goes, if I have to finish farming that offline, I will not get Flynn's Ring. If I don't have to farm it offline and we get to that point during the stream, I will make a serious effort to get Flynn's Ring. But I believe Flynn's Ring is more than one bonfire in. So I can at least get up to that bonfire and then we can start a stream getting Flynn's Ring. Petrified something for the twins. Nice. Here is the primal bonfire. That'll send us back to Majula, but that is not what we want. We want to come in here. we went into the second DLC. Open up the door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Hey, you thought the last location was lava and fire bullshit? Welcome to Broom Tower. It's lava and fire bullshit. Welcome to the key mechanic of Broom Tower. Smelter wedges. You need 24 of them, I believe is the magic number. We have 6. And I'm going to take my 500,000 souls and I'm going to try and demonstrate what that mechanic is without losing all of them. Yeah, okay. I should be good. Rest. So as you walk towards the throne, I should get attacked. Yep, there's the attack. And this big scary thing does Chaos Flame Pillar. And you, you stab it. And it drops 1 soul. How you doing? But you need... I think it's 24. I'm gonna keep saying 24 with all the confidence I don't have. And they just start putting the Bride of Ash in the worst locations possible. Why am I exploring? Oh, hey, a Dex ring. And the boss at the end of this DLC is a real bag of dicks. The optional boss for this DLC is very cool. Weekdays. Noon Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. And then 2 days after the stream, the VOD is on my YouTube channel with the same name. It should be linked in my description if I did it correctly. Yeah, when YouTube added the you can set your own extensions, boy did I jump on that. How long have I been streaming? Today I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I have been streaming inconsistently since 2014. On that YouTube link, there is a playlist for Dark Souls 3 co-op of a much younger me, much more full of life, playing through Dark Souls 3 with my buddy Colin. Still 121 deaths, no deaths this stream. Right, full of life. Look, man, you worked with me during those times. I was just as dead then as I am now. But I like to tell myself it was different. Thank you for the follow. After this ad break, I do have a story from my last job. But I know the ad break's coming to interrupt the story, as it always does. At the moment, no. I don't really have any spare funds for art stuff. This is done. It can't hurt us anymore. Well, the gutter can, so let's go. But if you have a portfolio or something and you want to drop the link, I can pin that into a folder somewhere. Ads. I'll say it again in a second. Or Bobby, if you are, if you have your ears on, since you don't get ads. Torch. If you just want to drop in chat that they can, if they have a link to their profile, they can portfolio. That they can drop the portfolio link, and I will file it away. Back. Okay. Yeah, Karen, if you have a portfolio online anywhere, just drop the link in chat. It shouldn't get bopped, and if it does get bopped, I can just override the bopping. Yeah, and just from my no public Discord, and from my time working in the video game industry, it was beaten into me that every artist, regardless of skill level, should have a portfolio to maintain their digital presence with means of communicating, contacting the artist, whether it be a link to their Twitter for DMs or a business email or whatever. And then again, it was beaten into me during my my studies for voice acting. Always have a portfolio, a portfolio with your demos and a means to communicate with you. The industry just likes to beat you with that one. None of the enemies here are really scary, so I'm gonna use the whip and my rapier. Let me get to a safe spot so I can grab that link. link. Make a new folder. Art portfolios. Spell check to set portfolios to correct. Okay. I have that filed away.